2008 Frosh Soft season comes to an end here today as Menlo takes on Sacred Heart Prep here on CCSA alongside my partner all season long, Ray Calcagno. I am Casey McGuire. Thanks for joining us here today for what should be a fantastic final game between these two teams. Menlo will finish above 500 on the season no matter how they fare here today, and it's been a pretty productive season so far for the Menlo Knights as the teams figure out who will be receiving this opening kick, and Ray, should be a good game between the Gators and the Knights here today.
Well, I agree with you, Casey, and it's a rivalry, two schools right next to one another geographically, teams that will want to probably know one another, want to get after one another. Here's a nice kickoff by Sacred Heart Prep, and we're ready to go.
And we are underway. The kick is taken at the 20-yard line, and good pursuit by Sacred Heart Prep as Nakata had the return for Menlo, and we are underway 1st and 10 for the Knights as Robert Wickers leads the offense onto the field.
Well, it was good coverage by Sacred Heart Prep. They went downfield, 2 or 3 people down there to make. First one missing the tackle, but slowing them down, and good pursuit. So it's 1st and 10 on about the 21.
3 receivers to the left for Wickers and a man in motion on 1st down for the Knights. Wickers hands off to Tupou on 1st down, and Tupou tries to turn the corner and picks up about 3 on 1st down.
Well, Casey, I think this is one of the things we can expect. Menlo's offense trying to run the ball with the fullback, pass the ball down the field, something we've seen almost all season. And we'll see if the shadows that are out there at the this time of day has any effect on the receivers.
2nd down and 6, and the pitch on the right side this time, and more good pursuit for the Gators as Jordan Williams hits the line pretty hard, and it'll bring up 3rd down here on the first drive of the ball game.
And that's the first time we've seen Jordan in the backfield, but probably not the last. He's been bouncing around from wide receiver to that fullback position. So 3rd and long.
4 receivers now for Menlo, and Tupou in the backfield. Some shifting on defense for Sacred Heart, and a pass out to the left is incomplete. It would have been right at the 1st down marker with pursuit coming, but it's dropped on the pass, and it'll be 4th down.
And again, Casey, maybe the difference of the sun and coming in and out of sun and shade may have made him maybe cause some type of miss there, but nevertheless, it's a 4th down and a punting situation. Sacred Heart Prep should get the ball in good field position.
Pressure coming, but the punt is away, and everybody scatters. It takes a little bit of a Menlo bounce. It goes into Sacred Heart territory and is down at the 42. 1st and 10 for the Gators.
Actually, that was a good bounce for Menlo because it probably went an additional 10 yards. If it had gone out of bounds or bounced the other way, we'd be talking about a short field for Sacred Heart Prep. They're going to run, I believe, what's called the fly formation. We'll usually see 2 backs, split backs, like you see there in their offense, and you'll see the man go in motion, either give or fakes, and we've seen this offense before. So nice looking play on 1st down, picked up about 5 yards.
Pedro Robinson over the left side picks up decent chunk of yardage for the Gators, and as you mentioned, despite the close proximity of these two schools, they're not league opponents, so this is a non-league game. Menlo finished up their league play last week, but as you mentioned, Ray, it's a rivalry game. You always want to beat your team that's closest to you for sure.
Well, and this is I think contrasting offenses where we'll see one that has 1 back in the backfield. Menlo wants to throw the ball and run with that 1 back, and here Sacred Heart is going to have that man in motion, the fly back, so any of the 3 backs can get the ball. They probably run a little option out of that as well.
3rd down and a man in motion. They hand it off to the fullback, and he is hit quickly, but it didn't need much for the 1st down, so it will await the spot. Tupou got in there and grabbed on for dear life. Got a little bit of help from the backside for Menlo, and they did give him enough forward progress to move the stick. So 1st and 10 for the Gators.
There's the fly. The man in motion gets the ball, and that's one part of the offense where you either give it to that back or you fake to him and give to one of the crossing backs, or you might even run the option out of it. So Menlo, their pursuit was a nice job on that play, stopping it for about a 2-yard gain.
2nd and 8 as Ojeda goes in motion again. They fake it to him and they pitch it to the fullback, and a flag is thrown. This is going to come back. It's Pedro Robinson. Picks up about a yard, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but this should be a hold.
Well, if Menlo elects to take it now, there was a kind of a negative yardage play, so they've got a choice. Do they want it to go 3rd and maybe 10, or do they want to go ahead and back it up? And I think they will back it up. So
it's actually a face mask penalty. So
that's 15, I think. So they'll replay the down,
and it will be 2nd and long.
Now this should be a passing situation. We'll see, and it is.
Screen setup, it looks like, but pressure came up the middle and in for the sack down at the 30-yard line. Excellent pressure up the middle by Nathan Rosenblum, as Nathan got in there and really broke up that play in a hurry.
Well, that's going to bring up 3rd and long, and that was a nice play because it was a screen. So Nathan gets the sack and puts Sacred Heart perhaps even further back. So this is definitely a passing situation, but we'll see what happens on this.
Deep drop pass over the middle is incomplete, just off the fingertips of the tight end coming across the middle. So good arm strength displayed on that throw by John Geary, but it's just incomplete. It'll be 4th and long.
And good defense. It was certainly covered. I think, if they had an opportunity, they might have been able to go ahead and pick that off, but it brings up the 4th down and the punt. And depending on which way this ball bounces, it will not get back to the possible 1st down yardage near the original line of scrimmage, about on the 45-yard line or so. So Menlo's going to have good field position, especially after that exchange of punts.
They will indeed. So that penalty hurt the Gators as it threw them back, not to mention the sack that came right after that. So it's 1st and 10 at the 45. And Wickers from the shotgun rolls right, throws right, a little bit short of the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10, Jack Suter, the intended target.
Well, I noticed on that last play, Casey, that there was good backside pressure. And I think Menlo, it looks like Sacred Heart is running a 5-3, 5 men up near the line of scrimmage and then 3 linebackers. So we'll see if they end up putting pressure on, or if Menlo can either get the ball out in a quick release, which they did this time.
And he hits Philip Anderson inside Sacred Heart territory down to the 35-yard line. A very nice throw and catch as Wickers was on the run.
And that was just beyond the linebackers, so exactly where we want to throw the ball, in front of the safeties and behind the linebackers. Nice play there.
1st and 10, no score, 1st quarter. Man in motion for Menlo. Wickers now rolls left, and he's got Tommy Ford on the left side this time. And Ford is down inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line, so the same play. This one, however, went to the left side, and Tommy Ford's got a big gain.
And that was Tommy that went in motion. I think he, again, it's a good read route, and so they see the motion man going in motion, no one picking him up immediately, drop the ball to him, nice gain. So Menlo's on the move here.
1st and goal, they give it to Tupou, and he cuts to the outside, dives for the goal line, and is in for the touchdown. We will await the official call. Actually looked like he might have been in.
There's no indication yet, so my guess is that...
Wow, it looks like they're going to spot it at the 1.
On the 1, right. It appeared from the angle that we saw it that he was in. But there's a flank referee, and maybe he saw the fact that he touched either his foot touched the line, because they did not give it to him.
So it is 2nd and goal. They give it to Tupou again, and this one looks a little bit more obviously short, and it'll be 3rd and goal. So Sacred Heart looking to take advantage of that break that they got and trying to make a stand.
Well, it's a good goal line defense right there. They got good penetration, so Menlo brings up a 3rd and very short, about a yard or so.
Wickers is going to keep it himself this time, and he is in for the touchdown. So Robert Wickers calls his own number, and he had a little difficulty getting through the line that time. And the point after is pending. Kick is up, and it is good. So Menlo is out to a 7-0 lead here in the 1st quarter, as the Knights take advantage of that decent field position, and they march down the field. 2 big pass plays on that drive, and then 3 runs gets them into the end zone with just over 3.5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Here's Ojeda with the kickoff return, and he's got speed down the left side. He's at midfield. Now to the 40, and he's going to go. Nobody's going to catch him. One man trying to catch him from behind, and it's going to be A touchdown for Sacred Heart. So
no flags, and that's an excellent return. So they found a small crease up this left side, and then once he burst into the beyond the group right here, shakes one tackler. Now it's just a foot race, and as you mentioned, Casey, he's going to go ahead and go, in a sense, untouched after this missed tackle. And just a great kickoff return by Sacred Heart Prep, and we may have a tie score. It's 7-6, waiting the outcome of this kick.
Cal Mariama really got on his horse and almost caught him from behind, but to no avail. The kick is up, and just like that, we are back to a tie ball game. So the Menlo lead didn't last all that long. Sacred Heart takes the kickoff from the touchdown and returns it for a score, and we are tied at 7. And now the Knights look to return the favor, as it is Nakata at the 20. Nakata up to the 32-yard line, where Menlo will start 1st and 10.
Well, Casey, any of the punts or kickoffs, and we've seen a few during the season, you have to be able to cover and contain. And in this case, Sacred Heart Prep did on the previous one. Menlo was unable to go ahead and stop that long return.
1st and 10. Quick pass out to the left is complete, but good defense on the far side of the field. That was number 11, Thomas O'Donnell, who got over there and made the quick tackle.
Well, this play has worked well for a quick pass out in the flat. It's worked well normally for Menlo, but in this case, could not shake that first tackle, and it's going to be a 2nd and long, 9 yards or so. We'll call it 8, and then
penalty marker comes in, so that'll back him up. Oh, actually, no, they got Sacred Heart on the encroachment penalty, so that'll move them ever closer. So it'll be 2nd down and 3, maybe a long 3. Wickers rolls on the run, throws, and that's incomplete. Same play we saw so effectively that first drive, or the second drive, and it'll be 3rd and short.
Well, he was looking for Tommy Ford again. In this case, they couldn't make the completion, so 3rd and about 4.
And the pass looks to be complete, and it is, as he hit Tommy Ford.
Nice catch, because Tommy was kind of sliding down and reaching back, and scoops that ball up just off the ground, I think, and they give him the completion. So nice 1st down, 1st and about 10 on the 44.
Menlo moving the chains, 1st and 10. Wickers from the gun, looking right, pumps, and now he's in trouble, and he is going down, as he held on to it just a little too long.
Well, that was a backside route. He was sprinting to his left, or started looking to like he was going to his left, and then he came back looking for the receiver on the right and just ran out of a little bit of time. So got pressure on him, and it's going to be 2nd, about 17.
Will Gotcher got in the backfield and made the sack, so it's 2nd and long. Wickers rolling out. Trouble coming again, and he is going down deep into now Menlo territory, as Wickers on the last 2 plays has gone down real hard for some negative yards.
Yeah, and I do not think that was a screen. I think that, there was just coverage downfield, which caused part of the sack, and then a good rush upfield by the Sacred Heart team.
That was the final play of that first quarter, as Wickers now on the run, throws over the middle, and he's got Mariama down to the 46-yard line, but a flag is thrown on this play, so we will await the penalty call.
Right, and if it's against Menlo, I would think that you might decline it, depending on how far it is. If it's a 15-yarder, you might take it, but it's certainly not enough for the 1st down.
And legal forward pass, it looks like. So he did scramble and moved the ball. They're still through the ball as it was past the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th down, and Menlo will have to punt.
Yeah, that's a loss of down. So you have the yardage and the loss of down. So Menlo's going to, end up maybe getting the ball back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's what happened. So,
indeed. So good field position now for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, and both teams, if you remember, Casey, in that first quarter, each team, the penalties hurt them, and their punts ended up getting near the line of scrimmage. So, again, very good field position for Sacred Heart. We'll see if they capitalize on it. What Menlo needs is to go ahead and get maybe a turnover or a stop here, and then get back with their offense out and ready to go.
1st and 10 for the Gators. 7-7 here in the 2nd quarter, and the pitch goes to the backfield, moving downfield as he hit into the linebacker core. That was Colin Turn.